Chosen one. This will be like a movie, but not the kind written by human hands, not the kind that depends on luck, timing, or approval from the crowd. You are standing inside a living story that heaven has been shaping long before you understood the meaning of your delays, your tears, your isolation, and your strange sense that your life was never meant to be ordinary. What felt confusing to you was never confusion to God. What looked late to you was never late in the spirit. There are scenes in your life that seemed silent, dark, and painfully slow. Yet even those moments were carrying hidden instruction. You were being trained in places where nobody applauded you. You were being strengthened in seasons where nobody recognized you. You were being separated from certain people because the role assigned to your life could not be fulfilled, while you remained attached to what was small, shallow, and temporary. You have asked why your path has felt different from others. You have wondered why people misunderstand you before they even know you. You have felt the weight of being set apart without being celebrated for it. But this is the part many never understand when your calling is real. Your preparation rarely looks glamorous. It looks like pruning. It looks like waiting. It looks like carrying a mystery in your spirit that no one around you can fully explain. You are not being overlooked. You are being positioned. You are not forgotten. You are being written into a greater scene than the one you can currently see. The reason this feels like a movie is because sudden reversals are part of divine storytelling. The same people who counted you out may soon watch grace speak for you. The same places where you were ignored may become the places where your voice carries weight. The same pain that tried to make you doubt yourself will become evidence that God preserved you for a purpose bigger than comfort. Your life has tension because purpose is expensive. Your story has resistance because your light disturbs darkness. This is not coincidence. This is divine intervention. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms. Chapter 27, verse 13. I remain confident of this. I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. So lift your head. The scene is changing, even if the background still looks the same. Something holy is moving behind what you cannot yet measure, and you are closer than you think to the moment where it all begins to make sense. Like this message. Share it with someone who needs confirmation. Subscribe if this speaks to your spirit, and comment 2713 below as your sign that you still believe God is writing your story. Chosen one. The painful scenes were never empty scenes. They were not filler, and they were not punishment without purpose. Every rejection, every closed door, every season when you felt invisible was adding depth to the person you are becoming. What hurt you was also revealing you. It showed you who could not go with you. It exposed what still needed healing inside you. It taught you how to stand when comfort was removed and certainty was nowhere in sight. That is why your journey has felt heavier than the journeys of many around you. You were not being singled out for destruction. You were being shaped for endurance. There are wounds you carry that no one fully knows. There are nights you survived that would have broken a weaker spirit. There are moments when you smiled in public while privately asking God why the road had become so lonely. Yet even there, heaven was not absent. God was using hidden pressure to build hidden strength. The version of you that is rising now could not have been formed in ease alone. It had to be forged in tension. It had to learn obedience when applause was missing. It had to discover faith when there was no visible evidence that anything was changing. This is why you must stop calling yourself delayed when in truth you have been under construction. A story with no conflict creates no testimony. A life with no stretching creates no capacity. The pain was real, but it was not random. Some chapters had to break your attachment to false security. Some disappointments had to strip away the need to be understood by everyone. Some losses had to teach you that God can reduce your surroundings without reducing your destiny. What looked like subtraction was often sacred refinement, as the prophet wrote in the scroll of Zechariah chapter 13, verse 9, "I will refine them like silver and test them like gold. They will call on my name and I will answer them." That means the fire did not come to erase you. It came to reveal what could not be destroyed. You are not merely someone who went through hardship. You are someone being made unshakable through it. The tears were counting for something. The silence was preparing something. The pressure was uncovering a strength you would not have discovered any other way. One day you will look back and realize that the chapters you wanted to escape were the very chapters that taught your spirit how to carry glory without collapsing under it. And when the next scene opens, you will not enter it fragile, confused, or empty. You will enter it marked by survival, steadied by truth, and ready for what your former self could never have held. Chosen one, this is the turning point, the scene where the atmosphere begins to shift even before the evidence fully appears. You may still see the same walls, the same unfinished prayers, the same ordinary surroundings, yet something has already changed in the spirit. The weight that once sat on your chest is starting to break. The confusion that tried to cloud your discernment is losing its grip. The chapter of endless endurance is giving way to a chapter of movement. This is what many fail to recognize. Divine change often begins quietly, before doors open publicly. Strength returns privately. Before favor speaks outwardly, peace settles inwardly. Before the road widens, your vision clears. You have not survived everything you survived just to remain in the same emotional prison. You did not come this far to keep shrinking for people who were never assigned to understand you. The reason the pressure has intensified is because transition is near. The reason you feel both tired and deeply awake is because your spirit senses what your natural eyes are still catching up to. There is a holy reversal beginning. What tried to bury your confidence is about to become the ground from which new authority rises. What looked like a dead end is about to reveal itself as a redirection, as Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 21, verse 28. When these things begin to take place, stand up and lift up your heads, because your redemption is drawing near. That word is not telling you to collapse under the moment. It is telling you to rise inside it. Lift your head, not because every answer has arrived, but because heaven is signaling that your season is changing. Redemption drawing near means recovery is not distant. It means the story is not closing over you in defeat. It means God is not asking you to beg the past to return. He is leading you into what comes next with greater clarity, stronger boundaries, and a deeper sense of purpose. So comment "I rise" now below. Write it as your agreement with this moment, as your way of putting language to the shift, as your refusal to stay mentally seated in a season God is calling you out of. And if this message has been feeding your spirit, steadying your faith, and helping carry this work farther to those who need it, your support through a donation becomes part of that reach, a quiet act of helping more hearts receive timely encouragement when they need it most. You are not at the ending of your strength. You are at the opening of your next scene, and this one will not look like the last. Chosen one. There comes a moment in every God-marked story when the plot twist is no longer hidden. It is the moment when those who dismissed you begin to sense that something they cannot control is unfolding over your life. They remember the version of you that was tired, wounded, overlooked, and easy to underestimate. They remember the silence around your name. They remember the seasons when it looked like nothing was moving for you. But what they failed to understand is that heaven does some of its greatest work off stage. God does not need public noise to prepare a private victory. He does not need the approval of your critics to establish your next chapter. This is why the change in you unsettles certain people. It is not only that you are healing, it is that you are becoming harder to manipulate. It is not only that you are stronger, it is that you no longer require permission to walk in peace. There are people who were comfortable with your confusion because it made you easier to contain. There were voices that preferred your doubt because it kept your authority buried. But now the atmosphere around you is shifting, and what once held you down is losing its power. The very ones who thought your story had reached its limit are being forced to watch a divine reversal take shape. The truth is that your vindication does not always arrive through explanation. Often it arrives through transformation. You do not have to chase every misunderstanding down and force people to see your heart. You do not have to reopen old wounds just to prove you were right. God knows how to answer your history with fruit. He knows how to let your stability speak where your pain once cried out. He knows how to raise you in such a way that the evidence becomes undeniable, not because you fought for a stage, but because He established you in plain sight. The ancient words recorded in Romans still echo today. Chapter 12, verse 19. Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, it is mine to avenge, I will repay, says the Lord. That word does not call you into weakness. It calls you into release. It frees you from the exhausting burden of trying to balance every wrong with your own hands. Your assignment is not to become consumed by who doubted you, betrayed you, or spoke against you. Your assignment is to keep walking forward while God handles what you cannot. And when the plot twist fully unfolds, it will not merely be that your enemies saw you rise. It will be that they witnessed a kind of restoration no human strategy could have manufactured. A restoration carrying the unmistakable fingerprint of God. Chosen one. This is where the story stops looking like loss and starts looking like revelation. This is the final rise, the part where everything heaven has been shaping in secret begins to carry visible weight. You are not ending this journey as the same person who entered it. You are not finishing weak, nameless, or broken under the memory of what tried to stop you. You are finishing transformed. The old fear does not fit you anymore. The old confusion cannot rule you anymore. The old voices that once made you question your worth are losing their place because God is bringing you into a scene marked by clarity, dignity, and undeniable purpose. What makes this ending glorious is not that you avoided pain. It is that pain did not get the final word. What makes this ending powerful is not that every chapter was easy. It is that every chapter, including the darkest ones, became material in the hands of God. He did not waste your tears. He did not waste your waiting. He did not waste the years when you felt hidden from the world. He was building a life that could carry substance, not just appearance. He was preparing you to walk in a kind of authority that does not need to shout because it has already been established in the Spirit. According to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 18, the path of the righteous is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day. That is your closing scene, brighter, not dimmer, stronger, not smaller, clearer, not more confused. The path before you is not collapsing into darkness. It is opening into fuller light. There will be people who only recognize you when the brightness becomes obvious. But heaven recognized you long before human eyes caught up. There will be doors that open now because your spirit has matured enough to walk through them without losing itself. There will be peace in places where there used to be warfare, and confidence where there used to be hesitation. You are not just surviving the movie. You are stepping into the frame God intended from the beginning. So stand in this moment with holy expectation. Let your heart receive the truth that your name is not attached to failure, delay, or defeat. Your name is being carried into purpose. Your life is being drawn into alignment. Your story is not ending in confusion, it is ending in light. And as your sign of agreement with this final word, comment 418 below, not as superstition, but as a simple act of faith that you believe God is leading you into a brighter and fully revealed chapter. And when this message comes to rest inside your spirit, let your response be like leaving quiet signs along a moonlit road so the next weary traveler knows they are not alone. A like is like striking a single match in the dark, small in appearance, yet enough to tell another soul that hope still lives here. A share is like pulling back the curtain of a hidden sanctuary, allowing someone else to see the light they almost gave up searching for. A comment is like carving a witness mark into stone, your way of saying that this word found you, held you, and did not let you sink. A subscribe is like choosing to remain near the oil lamp instead of wandering back into the cold, trusting that more light will be given for the road ahead. And a donate is like placing another vessel of oil in the house, so the flame does not fade when the next broken heart arrives at the door. Whatever you choose, let it be unforced, beautiful, and led by gratitude, because the purest response is the one that rises freely from a heart that has truly been seen.